Hey friends, good morning. Okay, here we go. Today I am driving. I'm actually crisscrossing the cities in traffic, which if you know, you know. Oh, I hate driving in traffic. It's early morning. I'm headed to the north side of the Twin Cities, and I am actually meeting up with one of my awesome unit members. She's a newer consultant. Her name's Ashley. You'll get to meet her. She doesn't even know it yet. She's gonna love me. Um, because we just had our final Madsen Ponco area fall retreat. They retire in 2026 or January of 26, so they still have another year, but this was their final fall advance. So we just had that, and she was so inspired, and she wants to be a sales director, one of our sales directors to help with our area. So I was having a conversation with her, and she said, I tried putting out facial boxes and honoring working women. It didn't really work. And I was like, okay. So that's what I'm headed to do, is to show her how to do that. So I thought, hey, why not talk about it on my way up, just because it might be some value. Now it is late October, and we're coming into, I think, October, November, and December are great lead generating months. Once it hits November 1st, just a pro tip, do all your same lead generating events, but do it with the Santa hat on. That's all you got to do. Like, if you do restaurant events, do it with the Santa hat on. If you go put out facial boxes, do it with the Santa hat on. If you warm chatter, do it with the Santa hat on. Because, friends, nobody is crabby at you when you're wearing a Santa hat. It's like the rules or something. I don't know. I made the rules, but I think it's a rule. I'm going to make it a rule. So, yeah. So, the reason I'm making this vlog is, a lot of times maybe you're a beauty consultant and you have team members, or you're a sales director. Obviously, you have team members. And a lot of times we ask ourselves, like, well, what should I be doing with my team? Like, what do I do with my team? And I always think that question's kind of funny, because maybe it's just like my brain naturally goes there. But I guess my biggest piece of advice, which is what I'm on my way to go do, is you got to show them instead of telling them, right? A lot of times we, tell our team members, well, this is what you got to do, but are we showing them? And the more that, obviously the person on the receiving end of it has to be willing to be shown. So there's that. Ashley clearly is that person. She, indicated to me, hey, I want to be a sales director. And I'm like, okay, well, let's do it fast. Let's get you some bookings. So how are we going to do that? Well, backtrack. We need to get her some leads, because she did get some leads and referrals and things from her kickoff party, but it just, when you don't have the skill yet and whatnot, it didn't necessarily go anywhere. So we have a bunch of these going out today, our facial boxes, and I have everything on my emilyschutte.com website that, shows you how to make those, and we're going to put them out. So that's what I'm doing today. And, I think sometimes when we have a team, I'll be the first to admit this. Do I feel like being up this early, driving in traffic? No. I don't even drink coffee, but I do. Okay, maybe we're not friends anymore because I don't drink coffee, but this is Emily Schutte coffee. Okay, the Diet Coke. We're good. I got a nice one here in my cup holder, in my beautiful pink Cadillac. Isn't it so fun? I mean, look at the windows. I got them all open today because it's fall now, and it's kind of overcast today. But you guys, doing lead things like this in a Cadillac is even more fun, because you're rolling up places and people are like, oh my gosh, I saw your car in the driveway, or I saw your car in the parking lot. And then, you walk into places and it always, is like another conversation, which I think is pretty cool. So, yeah. So, okay. So we're going to show people instead of just telling them. How do you do that? Like, what are things you show them? So I kind of make this rule, and I'll tell Ashley this when she gets in the car. I'll do this. Like, I'm driving an hour this morning to go meet her. So I'll drive to you. I'll show you how to do it, but the expectation then is that you have to go out and do it. Like once I show you, now you know how, you know, it's on you now to take that and run with it. And no, she will, because she's awesome. But you know, just letting her know, like, hey, this is the thing I'm going to show you how to do. So um, it could be a lead generating thing. A lot of times too, I've had consultants who have problems booking, like they're not getting bookings. I will physically drive to her if she's, you know, within reason. I will drive to her and I will book in front of her. Like I will actually take her leads. You know, let's say she, you know, had some of the facial boxes out. I will take her leads and be her. I know that might be a little controversial, but I'll be, you know, I'll be like, hey, this is Ashley Hopkins with Mary, you know, that people on the other line don't know any different. And Ashley's the one showing up to do the party, so it's fine. But I will book for her and she will listen to me and I will get her bookings. And then, you know, but then again, the expectation is that you've heard me do it, you've seen me do it, go do it. So same thing, you know, if they're not local to you, I would recommend hopping on Zoom with people and show them, like, have your phone on speakerphone where you're booking your own leads. And, you know, how are you having those conversations with people? What are you saying? What are you doing? And you guys, I get it. Like sometimes I fall into just a comfort zone where I just think I can make YouTube videos or whatever and show them. I mean, it doesn't work that way though. You can show people a lot over video, but sometimes there's just so much power in going and doing it with them live. So even today, I'm going to pick her up in my Cadillac because that's just really cool, right? And we're going to just start driving around. I do not have a plan. I will just pick her up and drive around and find some places to put out facial boxes. I know there's like stores and stuff up there. And you guys, part of the thing with most lead things, like whether it's, you know, putting these things out or restaurant events or whatever lead things you do, part of their hang up is just that they don't understand what places to go to or what places you can go to. So typically what I'll do is I'll go in the first 2 times to ask a business if I can set this there. And you guys, if you listen or look at my materials on my website, when I walk in, I keep it really simple. I just say, oh, I'm doing this fun drawing for a microdermabrasion skincare session for women in the area. Is it okay if I set this here? Like, I do not, I mean, I just keep it real basic because basic is always best, I find, when you're doing stuff like that so that the business isn't confused. And the other thing I want to say about these, okay, because this gets lost, I have found that this has gotten lost in translation. Make sure that the things that you make, so like these are the ones I make sure that they look good. In fact, these are called, I have the link on my website. They're called like voting boxes. So the hole is already cut because you guys want to have something that businesses would feel good about having in their business. Like I have seen facial boxes that look like a hot disaster. And I'm like, girl, I would not want that on my counter if it was me, or like it looks like a kindergartner cut the hole in the top, like that kind of stuff. You guys, these are really professional. And the best part is this piece just comes out. So it's like really easy to stick in and out and change around and whatnot. So yeah, so make sure that it's like something that a business would want to have sitting on their countertop, and it's not gigantic. Like that's the other thing. I've seen people make these gigantic, like huge boxes. I've seen people handwrite on the box. I'm like, girl, no, it's got to be like printed. The printing sometimes looks terrible. I've seen people using glue to put the sign on, and then you can see the glue through it. Like, I don't know, maybe we need to go back to, I know it's been a while since a hot second since we've done arts and crafts, but like, so while it doesn't have to be perfect, it does need to look nice. And if you have taken these drawing boxes and set them out a couple different times and it's starting to look worn, you know, you either need to remake the sign or just trash the thing, which honestly, with how much they cost to make, which isn't a lot, if you buy the boxes that I get on Amazon, it's really not bad. And then I just use the little satin lip bags that we get. That's one of those satin lip bags. Like when you buy the satin lip set, you get that cello bag. And I just cut the top off and two-sided tape it to the front, and that holds my slips on. So making sure that they look nice, because I've even shown up to do this with beauty consultants and their boxes aren't really, it's just not quite there. So making sure you have kind of a standard for that stuff can help them a lot. Just kind of know, like, oh, I get it. Because most people don't think about the fact that, am I a business owner that would want to have this sitting in my business? Um, so that's a fun little piece to think about there. So yeah, so I will go in with her like twice, and then I say, okay, you got it. And usually she gets this look like, what? No. And then I say, okay, great, you could go to the next one. And here's the coolest thing, you guys. I'll be the driver then. Okay, so now we start doing what I call drive-bys, where I'll like pull the car in to somewhere I think would be a good spot, because again, she doesn't know what would be a good spot. And I say, you walk into that nail salon and ask them. And then she has no choice, because she's sitting in my Cadillac, and I'm like, girl, you got to go in there. And it's awesome because you'll see this moment of hesitation, but then you'll see like, nope, I'm doing this. And they go and they do it. And a lot of times they'll get a yes right away. Sometimes they won't get the first yes, but I'll say, girl, we're going to keep going until you get a yes, because I want her to feel confident doing it without me, right? And so, she's going to have that muscle memory, at least from the few times. And then, I always tell her, have at least 10 made if I'm going to come help you do this. So we've got a bunch in the back. Have a bunch made. So I'll do like the first two, and then I'm just the driver, and it goes really quick, because I'm helping her locate the places. She's she's doing all the work then, and then she has the confidence, like, oh well, I did it with Emily anyway, I could totally do this myself. I do the same thing with honoring working women. Like, I'll go in, that one I give them a little more because that's a little more extensive. So I will do a few more with them, and then I still go in with them each time. Um, but I'm the silent partner, and I'm just there in case, like, she misses a piece of it, or just to help make like small talk while they're filling out the drawing slips and whatnot. And it's a lot of fun. It's fun to watch them. And they're always like, it's so much scarier when you're here with me and you're listening. And I'm like, girl, I'm not judging you how you're doing it. I just am really proud that you're doing it. So sometimes too, with honoring working women, if I feel like, she did a really good job the few times I was watching, then I'll just become the driver and be like, okay, pop in there, pop in there. And that's what we're going to do. So, yeah, and it makes a huge difference in their business when you set the expectation, like, hey, I'm going to show you with the intention that you're going to go do this yourself. And honestly, most people are really good at it. But the other thing too is, maybe this might be more for sales directors. I don't really know, but it could be if you're a consultant building a team and then your team builds a team. Don't rely just on your team members to go do this. Like, I think as sales directors, it's easy to be like, oh, well, you recruited her, go show her how to do this. But, it's that whole thing where if you make a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy, I've had some consultants who I think know how to do it, but they're kind of like doing it their own way. And then they teach this new consultant how to do it their way, which, not that my way is the only way to do things, but the way that they're doing it, they're not getting the results that I get. And I'm like, well, what are you saying to her? And I'm like, well, who taught you to say that? I did not teach you to say that. Because, they have their own interpretations of what they think they should be doing. And so I have just had the best success just doing it, not necessarily for everybody. There are people who've been around that I know do a really good job, and I'm okay with people copying them, but making sure you're kind of looking at, like, what is the copy being made of? Which is why I like to go out, especially with women who want to move up in the business. I want her to, have like the best results possible so that she can move up as quickly as possible. And I can assure that by, going up there and doing it myself. Now, Ashley happens to be a personal team member, so it's even sweeter. But if it's someone you believe in, like, sometimes we get so comfy in our houses and we're like in bed with a warm latte and we don't want to get out. I get that. Oh my gosh. Except mine's a cold Diet Coke. Um, you know, Sometimes it just takes believing in someone. And maybe it's never going to be her idea to do this, by the way. It has to be your idea. Like when I was on the phone with Ashley and I heard her say like, "Oh, I just, wasn't able to really get anything out." I thought, "Oh, I got to do it. I got to go. And it's got to be in the next 2 days. Like I'm like, "What's your schedule like this week?" Um, and so I get out there right away. Um, to help her and to show her how to do this because she's excited now. We just got back on Sunday from fall retreat and today is Wednesday. She's excited and wants to get out there, so I want to get out with her and get this going. So that's why we're up early this morning. Oh my goodness. So yeah, and as we approach, the holiday season, doing it with a Santa hat on, you can still get a ton of leads. And then you make whatever the sign is. If I guess with facial boxes, it's different. I do a lot of honoring working women close to the holidays. I'll say, hey, we have a gift for you, and we hand out flowers to everybody that comes in. I have videos on this. I'm not going to go into detail on how to honor working women. But yeah, so you'll walk in, Santa hat on, big smile. Oh my gosh, we have gifts for you, and I have flowers for them, a wooden rose, and I also have chocolate. And oh my gosh, and we're doing a drawing today. We're giving away some fun holiday makeovers. You got to make it time sensitive and time specific, or some holiday skincare glow sessions or whatever you want to call it, in a gift card, and it's just for the women in this business area that I meet today. And so here's a drawing slip, and I hand her a drawing slip. And so making it specific to the season so that people keep booking. Now, I don't know if you've thought about this, but this year, it's 2024, the holiday season is, it's like the tightest time frame between Thanksgiving and Christmas that is possible. And so it's gonna catch up with people. Like we're gonna have a good November because Thanksgiving is the last weekend of the month, but then all of a sudden, literally the Sunday of Thanksgiving week is December 1st. So people are gonna go, oh my gosh, and they're gonna panic. So having that thing in place, having leads, I find that the best November and Decembers I have, it's because I had a lot of bookings in October. I did a lot of lead generating in November. They book into December. And then I start doing things like I love to be proactive instead of reactive. So when people, like when I'm booking the leads from Honoring Working Women or whatever, that's, in November, like let's say I'm going out and doing stuff in November, I'll say, oh, before they have a chance to even say, oh, I'm so busy for the holidays, I'm like, look, and just an extra fun thing for you if you're able to book and hold your appointment by December from now. So whatever the time frame is, if it's like November 10th, then you would say between now and you book between now and December 20th, you're going to get and then fill in the blank, whatever it is. And it better be something like good. Like this is not a thing to be stingy on. It might be a free microdermabrasion if they book and hold and share it with two friends. Or it might be the new deep line wrinkle filler. I mean, for goodness sakes, like how bad do you want bookings in the month of December? That's probably what I'm going to do, to be honest with you. If they book and hold and have, some friends join them, I'm willing to give that item to people to do that. So just, I like to play offense instead of defense, and it's always a lot more depressing to wait until they, give you all the reasons why they're so busy during the holidays. It's just easier to say, hey, and just so you know, if I have an extra little bonus for you, if you book and hold your appointment between now and December 20th, I'm going to give you this cool thing. So that's always worked really great for me this time of year also. So anyway, let's pick up Ashley and see what she has to say. I haven't had a guest person in my car, but this could be fun. So here we go. Okay, here we go. Gotta find her house. Oh, it's this one. They're all blue around here. Probably should clean all this crap off my seat. So the poor girl can even sit. Got my wallet. Just because it's a Cadillac doesn't mean it's not a mess sometimes. All right, put that back there. Hey, you're so ready. You brought all the things.
I have some of it.
I brought some too. Okay, you're on video, so you know.
Oh.
You're not live or anything.
Oh, very good.
You're gonna be in my little like vlog thing. So we're going
Sweet.
out and putting out leads. So say hi.
Hi.
This is Ashley. Yeah, so I have 5 of these, so we can put
Sweet.
these out.
Oh,
You look nice.
thank you.
Yay.
I learned how to do my hair this morning on a video.
Oh yeah?
Because I don't know how to do my hair. So.
You know what? Okay, so this is fun. Ashley, I showed her how to honor working women and put out facial boxes. So she is honoring working women. Let's see, it's a dentist place, an Edward Jones, and a Papa Murphy's up until right here where I'm parked. And then she's gonna put a facial box out at this nail place. But I want you to see the look on her face when she comes out, because I know she's gonna get a yes, because I showed her how to do this. And this is, you guys, from my standpoint, this is my favorite part of doing this, is just watching their face have confidence when they come out. So I want you to see it too, because it's gonna be good. She did it! Yay! She got names. Look at her. She's so excited. I love it.